whatever, but Steve Mnuchin's going to be working on that because the
economy's
restaurants will be a
opening
little bit
back
harder
up.
to come back. Although I must tell you, Mike, I've seen some tremendous numbers from restaurants.
That's so
That we're
great.
looking at doing something in terms of an incentive with taxes. It could be deductions, it could be something else. But we'll be announcing it pretty soon. But we will be asking, despite the numbers and how good they are, because we will be so far ahead of everybody else if we do what we're doing. Our borrowing cost now is zero, so we're paying no interest, which is very good.
As soon as the economy opens back up, the hammer gets dropped. Now, my prediction of the one that's going to set me and put me in jail, it's obvious. My prediction of the bombing that's printed on the back of a $50 bill when you fold it up is, well, I have a few dates. I mean, I have a few dates. I've had a bunch of them. They have all come not true. Therefore, they're all false prophecies, all of them. But when it does come true, it'll be a true prophecy that it came true. So what makes sense to me is, as soon as the economy, now keep this in mind, I've predicted this at least a year ago. William Penn Building, JFK, 17th JFK, and I added in there the Met Building because it's 3 in a row. But at the same time, the White House gets hit when Philadelphia gets hit, because that great city will be destroyed, and you won't know which one it is. Even though the great city is that you warring with yourself, the Babylonian type of city. And that great city is going to fall, which is representing the cash, the money. So here's what makes sense. After a year of predicting these things, and what my newest prediction was 6/11, because of 9/11 upside down. But I'm gonna bump it up a little bit earlier. I'm going to go with this. 17th and JFK gets bombed on the 3rd floor because it has to match the dollar bills. I wouldn't be surprised if it bombed on the 8th floor either, and the smoke just has to represent, that it's bombed. But on the 6th month, which is basically the 1st month because life starts now, and on the 8th day, so 6, 8, and then you got 3 days until until it's 9/11 or 6/11. But from 6/8, because it's the 8th day, and at 8:48 a.m., it's PennCenter Building 8, because it's at 1628 JFK Boulevard, John F. Kennedy Boulevard, Jonathan Fargo Clark Boulevard, PennCenter Building 8 at 8:48 on the 8th day of June. How's that? And predicting this a long time ago, and then now, when you drive by Center City, the stage is set. It's just set. You have National Guard. It's perfect. I mean, it is absolutely perfect. The timing of it. This is funny. It's kind of funny how the drive-thru works. And you got people walking up to the drive-thru in between the cars like they're a car. I'm just getting a coffee. I forget what food tastes like. I mean, here's my joy, because it's butterscotch, and it just, it gives you, it's all about the taste in the mouth, really. When it comes to fasting, it's just about the taste. What I have with my fast so far, today's the 12th day. is I did have V8 juice, which is, it's vegetable juice. I had that. It's like the most taste that I've had. And chicken broth. Warm that up. It's like a meal. A few energy drinks I've had. What I've noticed with the first week is I never went past a week with fasting. And then tomorrow I'm going to have a barbecue at the park, cooking for everybody. So, I'm going to smell that food. But that's just me dying to, myself, dying to the world, dying. I mean, am I not trying to die to the world with these things? When you don't eat food, you're denying your flesh. You're dying to food. You're dying to the desire of having to feel like you need to eat all the time. There was an article where you can die after 8 days of not eating, between 8 and 21. So I'm just gonna test all these theories and put them to rest, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people living in fear, being told stuff that ain't true. And what I realized after the first week, going into the second week, is, man, I'm consuming a lot of fluid. Like I had a coffee colada, and well, don't you know that when you don't eat any food, the coffee colada goes right through you, and you poop it right out. So I don't want any of them anymore. I'm not into pooping. I'm trying to just, think about this. Think about the benefits of just not consuming food all the time. You save toilet paper. When you save toilet paper, you save food money. Because normally I'd spend like 20 hours a day, breakfast and lunch. So, $140 a week. So far I saved $300 in 2 weeks just by not eating. But I've replaced food. Oh, popsicles. See, I haven't eaten anything solid. But popsicle, it's juice. It's frozen juice. But it feels like a meal because you're crunching on it, like chomping on ice. But that's it. But what I replaced it with, the food, is liquid. And then now I have to slow down on the consumption of liquid too, because I'm seeing that even that still bloats you and keeps weight on. And then the third week, well, I'll probably be in jail after the third week. The second 9/11 happens if it happens on Monday, because I do remember, I think this is the only way that I'm going to shut up the weird words of the book, because when I know information, I'm not keeping it a secret. I'm going to say the truth. When I go to prison for predicting the second 9/11 on June 8th at 8:48 a.m., PennCenter 8, to get it started, and it's darkness from the 6th to the 9th hour, maybe it'll be dark for some reason, and then it's going to be 3 hours of 12 noon times up. The William Penn building gets hit. So I'm going with the 8:48 a.m. The only way that I'm going to shut my mouth is when I literally can't push record, because I'm not allowed to have a cell phone in my prison cell. That would be the only time that I would shut up. And on top of that, I need to talk directly to the source in order to understand what takes place after this. No, I'm not going to stay in prison at all very long, because when it does happen, immediately, yeah, they're coming to lock me up. Why wouldn't they? Immediately. But when it does happen, you see, I didn't do it. I'm just predicting it. I'm showing you it's on the back of money. How can you deny that it's on the back of money? I didn't do it's not my artwork. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea whose artwork that is. Somebody would have to be an artist in order to, and they would have to be part of the government, like running all of it, in order to have their artwork to be printed on the U.S. currency. And that would mean that they would be the one responsible for the first 9/11 and the second 9/11. I can only see it coming, and then just blow the trumpet and get on people's nerves with the noise that I'm making. But if you flee from the fear of the noise within the first 45 days, Mike Pence just talked about 45 days a couple times. He mentioned it with Trump, and talking about how, Trump gave the heads up before the end of the 45 days, which is talking about directly now, today. The economy's opening up. 45 days, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday is 3 days, which brings you to 42 days from that point on. And if you have to wait until Wednesday in the midst of the week, if that doesn't happen until on 6/10, but man, I just feel like it's 6/11. Here's my 3 dates for the second 9/11 here in Philadelphia. At 8:48 a.m., the PennCenter 8 Chase Bank. It's the beginning of the bombings. Now there's a theme going on in Philly where everybody's stealing the ATMs. They're bombing them. They're blowing them up, which is representing the fact that cash money inside the ATM, the banks, is going to blow up. That building's going to blow up. And as soon as that happens, because the economy opens up today, it's Friday. Oh, well, let me put this timestamp here because it's pretty important when you don't know the day or the hour. You can't see anything because of the glare. It's Friday, June 5th, 11:34 p.m. The year is 2020. It's division. You're supposed to see these things. My 3 dates is my final date until would be 7/11, because Trump did say I was there on 7/11, meaning acting like he meant 9/11, but he said 7/11. I don't know what day that is. And 6/11 because of the 9/11 flipping upside down, and because it's Route 611 right there at 17th JFK, where the 1400 block of William Penn Building is, and 1401 is where the Mayor Rizzo got the statue got taken down, where all the military is right now. For 6/11, and just turn that upside down, 9/11. But 6/8 sounds good too, because it's the 8th day, and at 8:48 a.m. and it is PennCenter Building 8, and it is printed on the back of a $50 bill when you fold it up, and that is the levee, because there's Levee Park right there as well, or levee. Look up the map. Levee. It's right there. The levee's going to break, because as soon as the bank bombing happens, the economy will collapse because of the cash, and everybody's going to be fearful of going into a bank because of the bombing. And when they say people died, and I get charged with the 3rd-degree murder because of predicting it, it's not true, because nobody actually is dying either. This is the whole reason why, if you want to predict what's happening, Robin, you're going to suffer the consequences, go to jail for the rest of your life. And that's what I have to deal with, is the fact that I'm going to be in jail for this, and I'm going to be charged with murder. No two ways around that one. However, I know that nobody's dying. I know that it's all staged, and I know that the people responsible for it, one of them puts me in jail, the other one gets me out of jail. While I'm in jail, I communicate with the one that put me there. The benefit of being able to predict the future is to say it and record it and have timestamps proving that it's happened when it does happen. Even if I have to take this all the way to trial, I will be my own lawyer. I already am my own lawyer. Good luck trying to convict me of this charge. because it's bogus. I don't know if you can see it from here, but the helicopter's just circling around the William Penn building. Perfect timing for that second 9/11 to happen because all military's already there, and the ones that are in charge, well, they already know what to do. Actors are in place. It's so perfect that there's no way I can't go to prison for this.